All right, let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, where world leaders have begun arriving in Berlin for the Libyan Peace Summit, which aims to try and broker a ceasefire in the North African nation's 9-month-long civil war. The stakes have, of course, risen amidst the closure of the East Libyan oil ports, a move which has cut the nation's crude output by half. The earlier United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo arrived in the German capital. He said that the priority is to stop the fighting in Libya, which has intensified with the involvement of foreign powers. The leaders of the countries backing both the internationally recognized Tripoli-based government of Fayez al-Sarraj and also the eastern-based commander Khalifa Haftar will be attending this summit. Meanwhile, Turkey, which sent its troops to help Tripoli fend off Haftar's Libyan National Army's campaign, has slammed its European NATO allies. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said that peace won't come if Europe refuses to wade into the conflict in Libya. The stakes are high in the summit, which aims to pave the way for lasting peace in Libya. Remember, earlier summits, including the recent one in Moscow, have failed to do so. Now, most nations involved in this conflict are expected to be at the summit. Khalifa Haftar, who controls much of Libya, including a majority of its oil fields, is backed by Russia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Now, France also is said to have provided tacit support to the renegade commander Khalifa Haftar, while Fayez al-Sarraj's government, which controls a tiny part of the country, is backed by Turkey. Now, his government of national accord is said to be a close ally of Italy. Now, the European powers aim to stabilize Libya, or at least that is the stated aim, although many people say that this is a war by proxy that is unfolding in Libya at this point of time. And this is being done to try and control the influx of refugees from Africa and the Mediterranean. This as thousands of refugees are attempting to travel to Europe via sea from Libya, which lacks proper border security checks. Meanwhile, tribesmen who are loyal to Khalifa Haftar have refused to open the oil fields until an agreement is reached on oil exports.
تم قفل النفط، تم قفل الموانئ وتم قفل الآبار. أنا متأكد وأؤكد ذلك جازما أن تم قفل جميع الموانئ والحقول، وستظل مقفلة إلى أن تأتي حكومة وحدة وطنية وتعطي كل ذي حق حقه. لن كنا نحن نفرج عليها، لم تفتح هذه إلا بضمانات دولية. والمستغرب في الأمر أن العالم يرى، والأمم المتحدة وغسان سلامة يرى في الطائرات وهي تحمل المرتزقة إلى ليبيا ولم يتحرك ساكنا.
Remember, Khalifa Haftar had accused Tripoli of using oil revenues to pay foreign fighters. Libyan envoy to the United Nations has said that the issue of the shutdown of the oil ports is likely to be discussed in Berlin.
If the thing is not solved between today and tomorrow, I expect the issue to be raised, yes. Now, I can't compel any head of state to raise this rather than that issue, but I won't be surprised that a few participants raise the necessity of keeping the neutrality of the national oil company in place. And that's why we have this Berlin conference, to tell Mr. Haftar and to tell others that the international community, it is true that many countries have been supporting the war on this side or on the other side, but the international community has come to the conclusion, I hope, that they are taking a big risk by fueling this war.